So we had started with credit management, and in the previous classes we have discussed the concept of master data synchronization. So that means how to convert the customers into business partners. And the second thing is we have discussed what is credit risk monitoring. That means what are the elements we need to add into the business partner. So while we are updating the business partner, so for the credit calculation. And so in today's session, what I am going to explain you is, so here, again once again I am opening the document which we are discussing. So here up to this concept, that means up to scoring and limit we have discussed. Now I am going to start with credit check. So how the system is going to calculate the document value? There are two document values is there. So as we discussed in the business scenario, number one, if you take an existing customer, we have a document value. That means for the existing customer, we have a document value for his existing invoice. So based on that, we are calculating the customer. But if you come to sales and distribution, that means if he is a new customer, so we need to completely depend on order value, or we need to depend on billing value. That means the invoice is not there. So how the system is going to calculate this? So this is the concept, the credit check document value. That means it will calculate the document value based on this credit check. And also we need to concentrate on integration of accounts receivables and sales and distribution. And finally, automatic credit control. So in today's session, what I am going to concentrate is the credit check, integration with AR, integration with SD. And in tomorrow's session, we are going to concentrate on automatic credit control, and we will see after posting the document how the credit exposure will be get updated, so that we can close this credit management. Now come to credit check. What is credit check and why we are updating this? So as we discussed in the previous sessions, we had created one customer and also we had updated all the values related to the business partner. So related to credit risk monitoring, that go in master data. Now along with the master data, we require the check rule also. Here you can see in business partner itself, you can see. So the whole logic is depend on business partner only. Here let us take any one of the business partner which we have created. And there is one issue is there.
Aditya, the data of business partner, the master data, is it common across all the related modules wherever you have an integration?
Yes. So the same, because the same customer is flowing to credit, collections and disputes.
Okay.
Because
and is it the same from AR and also SD?
Yes,
AP,
yes.
AR, SD,
here the point is
the common
same
data.
Yes, it's common data. Why? Because is if you take sales and distribution data, so whenever the customer came to our organization, the sales people is creating the customer ID. Okay.
Right.
For this customer ID, so as a credit specialist, we are calculating the credit, how much credit we can give to the customer. And again, after posting the invoice for this customer, the data is transferred to the collections management. The collection people is going to see how to collect the payment, and again the data is forward to the dispute management. That means in the point of business partner, the customer is created from the sales and distribution people. So up to the end of dispute management, the same customer is flowing. If the same case in the point of accounts receivable also, if you are taking the existing customer from accounts receivable, again in credit management, the same customer is converted into the business partner. Again for the same customer, we are processing for collections management. Again for dispute management. That means in this case also, the customer is flowing from accounts receivable up to the end of dispute management.
Okay. What happens in a scenario when a vendor and a customer, I mean, if a person, a company is also a vendor, also a customer, how do we manage that scenario?
I will tell you. Yeah, just tell me, Deepal.
Yeah, because this is a business partner number. It's the same from the SD side. the number range is a different business partner, how we know that this is the existing partner number and from the SDAR side?
That is the reason what we are doing is we are not creating a new number ranges in business partners. So
it's the same from the whatever the maintained in the AR from SD side is the same business partner number.
Yes, the same. Whenever you create a same business partner, then only it will accept. If you change the business partner, system will reject the message. We should not change the business partner number. The business partner number is nothing but a customer ID which is taken from sales and distribution or from AR.
Okay, and this number and we have to maintain again for the business partner?
Yes, yes, that is we need to do it manually because automatic integration of business partner is not there.
Okay.
So, here the point is, we had discussed regarding to the concept of credit segment. We had updated some credit segments. So, what is credit segment and what is credit limit and also other issues. And then we discussed about the credit profile, such as rating and ranking, customer credit group, rules, that means the limits and scoring and risk class. But here there is another point is there which is also called as check rule. So, this is also we need to integrate to the business partner level only. But there is a lot of configuration is required to update this check rule. So here in the check rule, what we are doing is the primary step what we need to do is we need to activate the functions first. Here, credit management. Under the credit risk monitoring, you can see credit limit check. Execute here. Go to define check rules. As I already told you, the document value is verified based on sales and distribution documents or from FIAR documents also. So here once if you see, you can easily understand. Create your own check rule. Check rule. Extensive check. Then select this. Go to checks. New entries. You can see if you click F4 here, you can see invalid and recalculate score. So statical check of credit exposure, dynamic document value, dynamic limit of credit check with credit origin, check maximum dunning level, age of oldest open items, payment behavior summary. Yeah, Mr. Just now only I started.
Yeah.
So here invalid and recalculate score. That means if the system, if the credit which is required by the requested by the customer, and also if it is not matches to the limit defined by the organization, then automatically the system will reject it and it is treated as invalid and recalculate score. Then statical check of credit exposure. So the system will check the document value whatever the customer requested and also the limit defined by the organization. If it matches, then it is called statical check of credit exposure. It will update in credit exposure. Document value. If you take any document from sales and distribution, so neither order value or a billing value, then the system will check the document value. And dynamic limit of check with credit origin. That means, so this is the date difference between shipping date and also the receiving date. In that case also, we are going to check the credit origin with the dynamic limit. Then maximum dunning level. That means if you are taking existing business partner, then it is treated as dunning. That means if you send any dunning notices to the customer, that is also be calculated for existing customers only. And age of oldest open items. In this case also, the system will check the backdates value of the existing invoice of the customer and it will update it. So same like in the case of payment behavior also, how the customer makes the payment in previous invoice, that also will be updated. So what we need to do here in this point is assign each and every value, but don't assign any explanations. Assign all the values to your check rule. Don't enter these details. check maximum document value. Dynamic limit of credit horizon. Then check maximum dumping level. Then check age of oldest state rentals. Payment behavior summary. Just add the values. Don't assign any explanations. So here, now under the check rule, my own check rule, I had added all the values whatever I required. So now select each and every value, assign to the credit segment. Because as I already told you, the credit segment is the highest hierarchy node which we are going to update in credit management. So assign all the values to your credit segment, whatever you have designed. Save. So like this, assign each and every value to the credit segment. And don't enter maximum document values or minimum document values. I will tell you where it is going to update. Now I had integrated all the values under the one check rule along with the credit segment. Each and every value is updated to the credit segment. Now close this. Now where we are going to specify these values, there is some restrictions is there. So how much document value we need to accept. So what is credit limit check? At the time of statical check, what values we need to update. So like that at the time of dynamic limit, so if the system is going to check the dynamic limit, what is credit origin? We did not specify anywhere, just we had prepared the structure. Close it. So where we are going to discuss all these values means based on the risk class, based on the customer credit group, based on the credit control area, we have a automatic credit control. Here we are going to specify all the values. Here you can see. So there is document controlling and releasing of documents, credit limit seasonal factors, financial accounting oldest AR summary, and in each and every case you can find the same values, static, dynamic, document value, and also we can find some values also here. So at the time of explanation of automatic credit control, I will explain all these things. Just what we need to do is just assign the structure here and then come to the enhancement spot. In real time what we need to do is, even in IDS system also, under enhancement, you can find two body application relevant to this applications. Whenever you activate this body application, the system will take the value from the relevant submodule, that means from FIAR or from sales and distribution, and it will adjust for calculation of credit limit based on the document value. So if you want, you just note down. Just note down. To calculate the credit check, the standard body application is The standard body application is, just note down, UKM underscore check. Don't enter these numbers. UKM underscore check, which consists of all the values.
Only UKM underscore check, not underscore rate, IPD, numbers.
No, don't enter this because UKM underscore check consists of all these values.
Okay.
Now, once if you activate this, what result we are getting? Say for example, statical check of credit exposure. So if this body application is activated, in our access, it is already activated, no need to activate it manually. But if you are using your personal system or a company system, this is recommended. Now you can see, check, execute individual check step. That means it will check that requested by the customer, the total credit limit requested by the customer, and also if it matches to the limit defined by the organization. If both are matched, then it will execute. So like this, for each and every step, we have different types of applications are there. So we can verify this. So in our IDES system, it is already activated. Now, there is one more body application is there. So it is used to include the data and also it will exist the result of credit check. Please note down. Please note down. Along with the credit check, we need to update. Exist result of credit check.
Exist
Result of credit check. To update this function, the following body application need to activate. UKM underscore CRM underscore UKM underscore CRM underscore RAT underscore UPD. RAT underscore UPD. See, this is used for outbound interface from SAP Credit Management to XI because the data is collected from the XI interface, and also inbound interface, that means outbound and inbound. To activate this, we are going to use this functionality. So even though if you are going to transfer the data from SD or from FI also, so these XI interface will be helpful to you. So in that case, that whenever we are going to transfer the data to SD and FI, or we are going to import the data from SD and FI, so these inbound and outbound will helpful to you. So these two body applications are mandatory to activate, to integrate the document value. Now, so these are the main things, that means to monitor the risk of the customer for the credit which we are going to issue. So first we require the master data and then we require the credit limit check. Based on that, we need to update some enhancements wherever it is required. And you can see credit exposure update also. Credit exposure update is nothing but the liability category which is already delivered in SAP system. So no need to activate any liability category such as open orders, open items from FI, special credit exposure, delivery value, billing document value, 1 to 500, it is already designed in SAP system. Now close this credit risk monitoring. Now come to integration with accounts receivables and sales and distribution. So we have two types of integrations are there. So if you are taking the existing data of AR customer, I want to ask you one question. What is the highest hierarchy node in AR credit management? What is the highest hierarchy node in AR credit management? Because every data of credit in AR is integrated to that hierarchy structure. Then what is the hierarchy structure used in AR?
Credit control area.
Yes, exactly. credit control area. Now, come to FSCM credit management. What is the highest hierarchy node used in credit management to update the credit?
Credit segment?
Yes, exactly. That means, as we discussed here, everything is integrated with credit segment because we are updating the credit limit requested by the customer in credit segment. And all this data is updated with the help of rules into credit segment. And again, credit check is also updated to credit segment. That means the credit segment is the highest hierarchy node in credit management of FSCM, and the credit control area is the highest hierarchy node which is taken from FIAR credit management. So here, what we need to do is execute. So this body application is most important function. Please note down this. To activate accounts receivable application, to activate accounts receivable, or you can say accounts receivable integration to SAP credit management, to SAP credit management, the following body application need to activate. Here you can see clearly activation of FSCM credit management in FIAR data. ZUKM underscore R3 activate. R3 underscore activate. ZUKM underscore R3 underscore activate. So this is very important function. If you do not activate this function, you cannot transport the data from FIAR to credit management or credit management to FIA. So here you can see. So here set underscore active to activate the components of SAP credit management. The method is set underscore activator. So to export the data or to import the data. Now in standard delivery, this body is not activated. Even if you are in our system, it is activated. But if you are using your personal system or your company system, this is not activated. If the body is not activated, the system use the component credit management for the checks in sales and distribution and accounts receivables. So you cannot transport the data, and the system will not check any data, neither from FIAR or from sales and distribution. So what we need to do is we need to activate this body application. Then come to credit segment. Again, we need to repeat the credit segment here also. Whatever the credit segment we have designed in the previous example here, because the highest hierarchy node is a credit segment. So here we had maintained KBS, CRED, ITS. The same thing we need to repeat here also. Save it. Come back once. Now, assign. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Your screen is not showing. It's not changing anything here.
I think.
Not able to see the screen.
One second, I will check with others. So for remaining people, is it working fine?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I think you need to log out and log in again.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
I think, yeah. Just refresh your system. Sorry.
Sure. Thank you.
Now, in the next step, what we need to do is, as we discussed, the highest hierarchy node from FIAR accounts receivable credit is credit control area, and the highest hierarchy node which is taken from sales and which is taken from credit management of FSCM is credit segment. Now we need to integrate these two things. Execute here. Go to new entries. Enter your credit control area, currency, check all company codes, assign the credit segment that what you had maintained. You already had assigned with other element. Okay. No problem. Assign your credit segment, that what we had maintained. And here identify this. This is very important point. If you are using only FIAR relevant data, then under update, don't take this open order value or a delivery value or delivery value from sales order. Just update it, no update from SD documents. Save. So it will take only the FI related items only. Then again you can see credit exposure categories, no need to update this. Assign permitted credit control area to company code. This is also already done in enterprise level, because in enterprise structure we are integrating the credit control area to company code. So again no need to repeat here, but just verify that. Go to position and check your company code and credit control area is integrated or not. If it is already integrated, come back. If it is not there, then go to new entries and update your company code and credit control area and save it. Now, define reconciliation account without a credit management update. Most of the people ask me this question. So, why we are using this functionality? In most of the real time, say for example, you have updated 10 account groups with 10 reconciliation accounts in single company code. And in that reconciliation, in 10 reconciliation accounts, so you don't require credit management update from FSCM for 2 types of reconciliation accounts. So that means it is processed only for FIAR data. It is not required for credit management. In that case, how you are going to restrict? So we can restrict from reconciliation account, not from business partner. Most of the people think that you can restrict from business partner level. But in business partner, you cannot restrict anywhere. So you can restrict from reconciliation accounts. Take the data to which you don't want to update the credit management, and then come to this point, define reconciliation account without a credit management update. Enter your company code. Go to new entries. Enter your reconciliation account which you want to exclude and check without credit management. For that reconciliation accounts, so the system will reject the FSCM credit management. It will accept only FIAR items. So this is only optional case. So don't assign any reconciliation account while you are doing the practice. If you create one or more reconciliation accounts, then try it. But if you create only one reconciliation account, then don't try it. Then customer enhancements. So what we need to do? By the end of the day, the system needs to transport the data from FIAR to FSCM credit management. For this, we need to update fill line items for credit exposure update. That means fill line items. The line items which is taken from FIAR is going to update in credit management to calculate the credit exposure. So whenever you activate this body application, the system will take the data from FIAR and also it will update the calculation procedure with the document value. Once the calculation is perfect, then it is going to execute in credit exposure. So please note down. This is also very important body application. So fill line items for credit exposure update. Fill line items for credit exposure update. Fill line items for credit exposure update. This is used to transport the data from FIAR. This is used to transport the data from FIAR to update credit calculation, to update credit limit calculation, and to update credit exposure, and to update credit exposure. The enhancement spot is ZUKM_fill. ZUKM underscore fill. UKM means credit management, underscore fill means it will update the data from FIAR. Now, there is one more application is also there. To calculate the payment behavior summary of the existing invoice of the customer, please note down. To calculate the payment behavior summary of existing invoice.
Calculate the payment.
Yeah, it will calculate all the existing payments.
Okay, please repeat again.
To calculate the payment behavior summary of existing invoice to update the credit limit, the following enhancement is required. Body underscore UKM.
Sorry.
Body underscore UKM. Underscore vector. Underscore vector. Underscore calculate. So, by activating this functionality, the system will check the existing payment behavior summary of the invoice of the customer and it will update to the credit exposure. So, whatever the list of body applications I had explained to you from the starting onwards, so these body applications are most important. You need to understand the functionality of the body application. That is very important and a logical point. Now, let us come to FIAR items. In FIAR, under accounts receivables and accounts payables, you can find credit management, credit control account. Here, no need to update each and every step, but define primarily settings for credit management. Execute it. So, what you required? So, normally this is a standard functionality. So, read AR summary. That means we are saying that so read the complete AR details and read AR summary from external system. So, if you are using a different system, so and the FSCM is in different system and also the AR in different system, FI is in different system, then we need to update this. And create AR summary. So this is also very important. And check the current balances from standard document base. Number of months. For how many months you are going to update? 12 months. Then no need to update each and every step. Come to define credit representative groups. Say credit representative groups means, say we are all working in credit management applications in FSCM. So, we are all in one group. So, what we need to do is create a credit representative group, go to new entries, create a group, say, assign your credit control area, description, then come back. All this group is working under the credit control area. Now define credit representatives. Go to new entries. So this is for communication parameters. Here you can see the message. So maintain communication data in personal master record. Assign the credit representative group that what you had maintained. You had maintained as KSB. assign your credit control area. So this credit representative group is working under the credit control area. So each and every employee we need to assign. What is his function? First of all, what is his function? So say for example, he is a contact person, or you can say approver, serial number, check company code, and assign his personal number. So like this, you can update different employees. ABS. Say his function is, let us say, approver, user, 02. So you can update. So like this, we can group it all the employees into one step, but their roles are different. Same. So these are the steps we need to follow in FIAR related item for configuration. And what we need to do, the next step is, with the same customer, you need to post the backdates invoice, because in our IDES system, we don't have any existing invoice. So that is the reason I recommend you post some backdate invoice and also the payments in AR with the same customer. Then, so that the data will be transported to credit management. So based on the body applications, and you can run the credit exposure. Now, if you are taking the new business partner, then what we need to process? So that is in the case of integration with sales and distribution. So remember the important point. My recommendation is create two business partners, that means two customers, and use one customer for AR related items and use one customer for sales and distribution items. So while doing the practice, please repeat it for 2 times for every business partner. Then, no need to activate all these functions. SAP credit management is already updated. Credit segment is also already updated. SN credit control area and credit segment. Execute this. This is also already updated. Go to position. Take your credit control area. Now, if you are updating any documents from sales and distribution, we need to specify from on which basis we are updating. Open order values on time access, delivery and billing document value, or a open delivery and billing document value, or a open delivery value for sales orders and open delivery document value. Which method you are following? Mostly we are following open delivery and billing document value. Sales. So that the system will check.
This is the only difference between these two for the AR and SD, nothing else.
So that means if you have, that is the reason what I am saying is implement for 2 times. One is assigned to AR and one is assigned to with a different credit segment assigned with open order values. Then come to assign sales area to credit control area. So as we know, the sales area is the highest hierarchy node which is used in sales and distribution, which is the combination of sales organization, distribution channel and division. Based on this sales area, the sales people is going to update all the transactions, such as if they are going to create the orders or inquiry or a quotation, whatever it may be. So what we need to do is we need to assign this sales area to credit control area. So in your company code also, I will recommend to configure the sales organization, distribution channel and division and assign it in enterprise structure. Then come to this point, assign sales area to credit control area. Go to position, take your sales organization and assign the credit control area to your sales organization, distribution channel and division. Save it. Now again you can see credit exposure categories and also the enter settings like this. So as we discuss, based on the sales documents, the system is going to check the credit exposure. So here there are 3 items are there. The system can check the item category or it can check the billing document value or order value and delivery document value. So here if the system is going to check the item category, determine active receivables per item category, execute. find out the item categories, to which item category we are going to update the credit events. So uncheck credit active. The most important functionalities is standard item. So for this it is mandatory. For remaining things, based on your requirement, you can update this credit tag. Then
Hi, Aditya, here I have one question.
yes,
These item categories are same as in UGL item categories?
yeah, these item categories, these are all sales and distribution. These item categories is already delivered from SAP system.
Okay.
So
With
inquiry.
all the standards in SAP?
Yeah. So these are, even you can create the item categories, but it is always recommended from sales and distribution, the item category.
Okay.
So, but there is a standard item categories which is already delivered by SAP system. Most of the things are delivered by SAP system itself in item category, or in sales documents, or in delivery documents. So what we need to do is check that, identify the item category and check the credit active.
But it has nothing to do with the new GL, right? That is not the question.
Okay, and nothing is required from new GL, but we need to identify for which item category we are going to activate this credit.
Okay.
Then credit groups is also delivered by SAP system. You can check the credit groups also based on the sales order value, based on the delivery, goods issue. So like this it is already designed. So no need to design this also. Directly come to assign sales documents and delivery documents. If you are activating the credit management for your sales documents and also the delivery documents, first list out all your order types and then go to check credit limit check for order types. If you have created your own order type also, you can take that. But in standard SAP system, the order types is already delivered. You can identify that. For which order type we are going to activate the credit, we need to update. Say for example, standard order. So here you need to assign the credit check as credit management automatic credit control. Then assign the credit group on which basis we are going to calculate the credit limit based on their sales orders. Same in the case of delivery document also. If you are going to activate the credit based on the delivery types, then we need to identify the delivery type and then update the delivery group and also the credit delivery group and also the credit. Save it. Now again, here also we have one enhancement is there. Please note down. To update the sales documents, to update sales documents to SAP Credit Management, the following body application need to active. The following body application need to active. Connection of SD to SAP Credit Management. Connection of SD to SAP Credit Management. ZUKM underscore ZUKM underscore. Here there is three things are there.
Yeah, only UKM.
No. UKM means it's a credit management.
Okay.
UKM underscore body underscore IMP1. There are three things are there here. UKM underscore body underscore IMP1.
So this is for the SD, from the SD
No.
segment?
Connection of SAP Credit Management.
Okay.
And
This document, okay, got it.
UKM underscore SD underscore UKM underscore SD underscore FSCM underscore INTEGR1. This is used for to update the sales documents to SAP Credit Management.
And then previous one?
Previous one is only to activate the credit management for sales documents.
Okay.
First we need to activate this, and then we need to activate this functionality so that the system will transport the sales documents to SAP Credit Management. Once it is transported, integration of SD in SAP Credit Management to calculate the credit sales documents. This body application we need to activate. Jet body underscore SD underscore CM.
This is for what?
Integration of SD in SAP Credit Management. So these are the things that what we require from sales and distribution.
Only
And
three
also,
now?
yeah.
Only 3. Fourth one is what, Mr.
No, fourth one is not required because this is a CRM concept. This is completely
Okay.
related to CRM.
Okay.
Now, the most important functionality in total SAP credit management is automatic credit control. There is a link between credit check and also the bodies which we had activated for the credit check and also the automatic credit control. So there is a highly integration is there. And if you do not update this automatic credit control, so there is no use at all, and you cannot restrict any document values or you cannot update any credit events in business partner. This is most important function throughout the credit management, which is also called as automatic credit control. So once if you activate this functionality, so and if you post the sales documents, in this case also in sales and distribution integration also, it is always recommended to post some sales orders and also if it is possible update some delivery documents for the sales orders from sales and distribution. So whenever you activate this automatic credit control, the system will pull this data and it is updating to the SAP business partner in credit management to update the credit exposure. The whole key point is automatic credit control. Okay. So this concept I am going to explain by tomorrow, and we will see how the credit exposure is going to update in front-end application and how to run the reports so that we can close this credit management. Okay. So once it is done, so we will start from collections management. So next week I am going to plan it for collections on Monday and Tuesday, and disputes on Wednesday and Thursday, and Friday we are going to discuss about bill or direct activity.
Okay. So tomorrow is the last day for the collection credit management?
No, only for credit management.
Yeah, tomorrow is only for the credit management is the last, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will give you the scenarios. Once it is done, I will give some assignments related to this.
Okay, fine.
In the assignments, we can discuss